Hey everybody, Zack and Joe here, your local Pittsburgh realtors, here today with Helene Prince, our regional property manager for Berkshire Hathaway. And she's been kind enough to take a few minutes with us today and talk to us about some rental things, some property management things, and some all-around real estate things. So let's get into it. Helene, where are you from originally? And thank you for being here.
Thank you both. I was actually born at McGee Hospital, and I lived the first few years of my life on Beechwood Boulevard, and then I grew up on Beacon Street.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're a local Squirrel Hill
I am,
person?
and my roots are from the South Side.
Oh, not too far from here then.
Yes.
How did you get started in real estate?
So I lived in California in the 90s in Santa Cruz, and I came home to visit one spring, and my mother said to me, "Wait till you see this house that's on the market." It was a foreclosure, and websites had just started, and one of our peer companies had a wonderful website. And my husband looked at the website and saw this house. We lived in Santa Cruz, things were very expensive. And he said, "Oh my gosh, we should buy this for you to start investing." And it ended up that it was on the Wooden Brick Road, one of only two left in the United States.
Yeah, that's the street in Shadyside.
Yeah. So, and the only 2-unit on that street with parking. So we purchased that, and I remodeled it with a bunch of friends, and I really became interested in real estate. And when I moved back to Pittsburgh, I got my license, and I worked as a administrative person and agent at a boutique agency in Aspinwall, and then went into partnership with my mother. And in 2004, my mother retired, and I was given the opportunity to go into rental. And that started my career in property management and rental. And then I became the director of a division at another company. And I came to our company in 2013 and opened the property management and rental division.
That's where I met you a few years ago.
Yeah.
Sort of, you were probably the second person that I got really acquainted with besides Joe in my real estate career. So thank you for that. I learned a lot from you over at the Flats on Fifth Building, and I know I had some memorable experiences there. What's some of the craziest things that any of the tenants or somebody asked you to do over there?
At the Flats on Fifth. Well, we have
or anywhere, it doesn't have to be.
yeah. Well, let's see. I think overall, some of the things we've had to do. Well, we do have a home watch service. So if someone is going out of town, going out of the country for a period of time, we babysit their homes. So I've had a few requests on that area. I did have someone ask me to drive their souped up fancy car weekly, which I declined to do.
I would have taken that.
Right, on 79, I was like, you don't want me doing that. So, in that same home, we had a homeowner leave their diamond ring on the counter in the kitchen, and they asked, and it was a very expensive, many carat diamond ring, and they asked us to take it and put it in their safe, and that we could not do. So we respectfully said, if you could have a friend come in and do that, we'd appreciate that, and we did. At the Flats, well, you know, we're like a 24-hour concierge, so we do anything that our tenants need within limits, but we try to service everybody, and we, as a matter of fact, I'll be calling one of our Steelers this week to ask if he needs anything. He's out of town, and you know, if he wants me to go into his unit, we'll get on a phone call, FaceTime, and if he needs anything, we'll go in and do what he needs for us to do. So we're willing to do anything. Walk a dog. I've kept dogs in my office at the Flats.
I've seen that firsthand, yeah.
You have, who were crying, and so we brought them down to the office, but we try to do whatever we can do to make our clients happy.
I learned something I didn't know, that you provided home watch, which I see advertisements for that all the time on social media. Somebody's going out of town for a week and has their neighbors watch the house or house sit or show up every day or two and water the flowers, that kind of thing. So that's a really great kind of, you know, thing that you used to be able to count on neighbors and friends nearby doing, but since people are often from out of town and switching jobs in different cities, you don't always know somebody. So that's a really great service to have. All right, so what are some, and this is kind of a funny question, what are some odd requests you've had from clients over the years?
I have to think about
Keep it PG.
that. Yeah. Well, I recently took over a portfolio that I brought in and gave to another agent, and she decided it was too big and complicated for her. And I met the owner one day, and he actually wanted to take the agent out and asked me about that, and asked her, you know, he's like, well, I already have her number, and I was like, oh gosh, this is not my matchmaker, I'm not, but I'd have to think about some of the things we've had to do for clients.
We can be matchmakers, but it's just clients with properties, not clients and clients.
Yeah.
That gets too sticky.
I'm not sure what that is. You know, they always have had that kind of a stereotype about women like men in uniforms. I think there might be something about men like women real estate agents. Zack and I don't ever seem to get any requests like that, but I've had a couple of clients say to me, oh, who's that girl that came with you at the open house? You know, is she single, that kind of thing. So there's some sort of attraction there to real estate agents.
Yeah, well, you know, especially in the home watch area, you become very close to your clients because they need you there to do certain things. So, you know, I've been asked to talk to people's kids about some of the issues they have, and, you know, all different kinds of things.
We do have to play therapists sometimes,
we
whether
do.
it's keeping a deal together or making somebody feel safe when they're out of town. That's a big part of it.
I think that Helene hit on an important point too, is that you have this very intimate connection to them when you're helping them buy or sell a house. That's, you know, one of their most precious possessions, where they're going to live, and you meet their kids and their spouse, and sometimes, you know, mom and dad or grandma, and you have this really kind of, you know, look into their life, and it creates a very personal connection to them really quickly. I've often had that happen where at the end of the transaction there's like a period after the inspections before closing, and they say, wow, it seems weird that I'm not talking to you every day. I talk to you every day for like 6 weeks or, you know, 2 months, and now I almost feel like I miss you. So
they have withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, exactly.
I have been invited all over the world.
Yeah,
Yes,
you'll get some.
I've not gone yet, but I've been invited to Singapore, Germany, many different places.
Wow.
Because our clients are all over the world.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have 2 people that offered to let me come and visit in Michigan this summer. I'm going on vacation there. When I told both of them, they're like, oh, you know, they live there, so they said, come to our house and visit, you know, while you're there. So it's not uncommon.
Yeah, why not, I say. What else do you do besides work in and around the Squirrel Hill area or Pittsburgh? I know you have a couple pups. I've seen you at the dog park.
I have 2 pupsters, Tesla and Marley, and they're big. They're big like your baby, right?
They're great names.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, I like that.
And so I go to the dog park, and I walk a lot. I have wonderful friends and neighbors, and I'm really involved in my church. I'm Serbian Orthodox, and so I'm vice president of our board, and I manage all of their properties. So we have a picnic grounds, we have a huge church, we have, you know, I don't even know, can we talk about this?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, cut that out.
This is what you do outside of work.
Yeah, so, and I manage the homes that they own and that we rent out, and we dance and we sing, and we do a lot of great things, and yeah, spend a lot of time with my family. I love the outdoors, I bike, I read, I'm in Steph Curry's book club.
Wow.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing.
I didn't realize Steph Curry was at a book club.
Steph Curry's book club is amazing for literati. Yes,
Wow.
and then I you know, if I need to get away, I go to the mountains out to Nemacolin and relax a little. But I work a lot.
Right. Well, I think that's one of the interesting things about real estate is no matter what you're doing with your church or your circle of friends or your hobbies and activities or, you know, your dog, you know, park activities, you always end up meeting people doing those things. And not that you're trying to search for business all the time doing that, but often they say, oh, I didn't know you were a realtor. I'm thinking of listing my house. Or it's amazing where
Business
clients
finds you.
can sometimes come from when
Yes.
you're just doing the things you normally do outside of work.
Business finds you sometimes when you least expect it.
So when you were a kid, you had told us earlier that you grew up kind of in this area, and you were originally from the South Side. What do you think in your childhood, who from your childhood had a big impact on you, and what did they teach you? So this was kind of going into the life lessons part of the questions.
Yeah, so I get choked up when I think about this. So in my household, we had someone that would come to the house a few days a week and help us out, and her name was Rindy Mosley. And I would have to say that Rindy made the biggest impact on my life. I'd wake up in the morning and she'd tell me, you know, you look like Princess Carolina. She was so special, and she'd be in the kitchen and she'd talk to me and just build beautiful, beautiful things in my heart and my mind, and tell me how beautiful I was and how smart I was. And it's interesting because Rindy retired, and it was only about 2 years ago that I saw a property in her estate name, and I called the agent and asked him what had happened to Rindy, and he said that she had passed, but she had amassed all of this real estate. She became an investor in Oakland. She lived up by Trees Hall, and she had amassed all of this real estate. So we must have had some symbiotic thing going on that we didn't know about. But I would have to say that, you know, she taught me love and acceptance and kindness, and those are the most important lessons for me.
It's amazing when I hear people talk about their memories and people who influenced them. They never say the person who bought me my first car or something material. They almost always talk about lessons of, you know, making you feel that you could do something that you didn't think you were capable of, or giving you some sort of encouragement to push and get a little better than what you were or what you thought you could do, and you know, just to kind of encourage you in life and help you reach your potential. I think is probably the common theme I hear with those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's often teachers or coaches or, you know, grandparents or somebody like that who, you know, doesn't do any one specific spectacular thing, but just a constant in your life to keep you on a really great path and kind of build you up spiritually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that gives people a good idea of what you offer, love and kindness, on top of watching your home while you're on vacation. So if
Or
anybody
walking your
has,
dog.
yeah, all of the above. If you guys have any questions about, I mean, Helene helps you buy, sell, and rent. So
Yeah,
she
if
does
you're-
it all.
If you're thinking of any kind of property management, you know, or you know, anything in that area of real estate, Helene's a great person to talk to, and if she's not the right fit for you, I'm sure she could recommend somebody on her team that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you again for coming.
Thank
This
you.
was great.
This
Yeah.
is wonderful. Thank
Yeah.
you for listening.
Yes. Thank you. See you, everybody.
Bye.